It is the lesson that could save a life, and our next guests are both mums and healthcare workers on a mission to prove kids are never too young to learn first aid.
Yeah, throughout their time on the front lines, Sarah Duncanson and Amy Gomez realised first aid education starts way too late. So they've written a book called What Little Heroes Do, outlining what every child should know in an emergency. And they join us now, Sarah, Amy, alongside their kids, Tom and Ari. Great to have you with us, guys. First off, Sarah, this book is challenging those beliefs that it's never too young. When should we start to teach our kids?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I think Amy and I both agree that it's never too early to start first aid. I think there's this perception that kids have to have this really concrete understanding about all the really difficult concepts, but we believe from as soon as they're engaging with the world around them that they can actually be starting to learn some of these safety measures and first aid principles. So from a really young age, and of course then in kindergarten we can start actually concreting some of those first aid principles.
Properly, yeah.
Amy, what sort of things do you teach little kids, and what's the book telling us?
So the book has some concept introduction to different first aid scenarios. So things from snake bites is quite common for our rural parents to make sure kids understand snake safety. We've got lots of different things about burns, but most of it's about introducing the concepts and making sure that kids understand what might occur, and that way if they're in the instance, we don't expect them to be perfect at doing CPR, but they'll usually be empowered to step in when they need to.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, you're so cute. Sarah, just take us through CPR, because I think for most adults it's kind of overwhelming, but some intervention is better than no intervention. Teaching kids CPR, just take us through that process.
Yeah, absolutely. So we might get Tom and Ari to jump on, and we'll do a quick little demo. So the first thing we want kids to really be aware of is it safe for me to help? That's really, really important. So we're going to say it's safe for us to help. We're going to jump in. Now, different ages, different things we're teaching, but the first thing we want to see is can we wake them up? So if they're not able to be woken up, we need to get help. So obviously our mannequins can't be woken up, so we might get Ari to call 000. Can you call 000 for us, please, Ari? No. Okay. Tom's going to get down, and so Tom's old enough that we can start teaching.
In a real emergency, he would definitely do it.
And he would go and find the AED. I can guarantee you that.
AED.
Okay, what's Tom doing?
Tilt the head back a little bit, Tom, just to open that airway and check to see if they're breathing.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not moving and they're not breathing. We're going to start CPR. So Tom, up on your knees. That's it. And we're going to have straight elbows. That's it. And push down hard and fast. Now, Tom can count to 30, but if kids are struggling with that, we can sing Bar Bar Black Sheep through, and that's 30 pushes. So
could you just count to 10 a few times?
Sheep, have you any wool? A bit faster, Tom. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full.
And this is on an adult?
This is on an adult, child, baby. All the same. Anyone the same.
Used to be Staying Alive, didn't it?
It did,
Staying
lots
alive.
of Pink Pony Clubs, I think the new one.
Pink Pony Club.
Oh, is it really?
And then, look, Tom's old enough to start giving breasts. So after 30, he would stop and deliver 2 breasts and then keep going.
Okay.
Amy, some parents would say, oh, it's all a bit too much, too overwhelming for kids to know this stuff, too scary for them to know this stuff. Do you agree with that?
I think we realise in our setting that children are actually much more calm than we expect them to be. We find that as adults, you know, they have more exposure and long-term stress with the world that we add in the emotion. Children are a lot more matter-of-fact about things, and we find that in some instances they're actually much better at just stepping in, even if that's retrieving an AED like the boys are doing, putting it on, calling 000, going to a neighbour for help. We actually find they handle it a lot better, and there's been times where our call takers have asked to put the child back on the phone. So we actually need to realise that kids are capable. There was a big study in Denmark that was done recently that showed that educating kids in first aid and cardiac arrest, they tripled their out-of-hospital cardiac arrest survival rates in a decade. And that's because they teach others, they tell their parents, so we know they're not afraid and they are so capable. So.
That's really... what do they do? Well, the kids are okay now? What are we doing here?
The boys are real defibrillators.
They're going to defib the patient now?
No, it's a good myth-busting to say that AEDs are very safe. They will not provide a defibrillation unless a patient is in a specific rhythm.
Okay.
So these are training ones, but even a normal AED, kids can turn it on. It is very safe.
Okay.
But they know how to use it with no guidance. They've just delivered a
They're
shot.
all automated.
Thank you very much. Fascinating. Now, if you would like to buy Sarah and Amy's book, What Little Heroes Do, details are all on the Sunrise website.